Hello everyone, it is I, McLeod, and today I am playing the new Shark deck with the new Shark cards and the new Shark skill and the new Shark strategy. That's a lot of new stuff to talk about. First and foremost, the skill. This skill is absolutely insane. It allows you to set up a left-hand Shark and right-hand Shark for basically free, so as long as you open either one of them. Worst case scenario, you can still send, which one is it all for? I think right-hand Shark to the grave to serve as a free summon before you have to commit to a Vessel Shark or something else, which is probably just going to be Vessel Shark, let's be honest. The second part of the skills is not the greatest, but it does have a lot of scenarios in which it comes up and it actually proves to be more useful than one would think at first look. And the third part of the skill, obviously very strong. The skills that just put stuff on your field for basically free are just always good. That's there's no way for this to be bad. And sure, it just puts a measle, a black relancer, a tiny little guy that doesn't even have material or anything. But then you can use the Amodexes that you get for free to immediately rank it up into full armored Utopic Relancer, which is a real card. It showed up in the anime rather early on, but it was I think it was Black Relancer equipped with Utopia through the effect of Armodic Z's or something. And instead they made it into a real card. It has like the tiniest waist imaginable and no legs. On top of that, there are of course some new Shark cards, namely Right Hand Shark, which can special itself from your graveyard if you control no monster, and Left Hand Shark, which can special itself from your hand or graveyard if you control Right Hand Shark, and each of them can be, well, it becomes level 4 when you do, and each of them passes on an effect to a monster that is sea summoned using only water monsters on the field as material. Left Hand Child protects from destruction from card effect, Right Hand Child protects from destruction from battle. This allows you to go into a rankful of your choosing that just becomes really hard to remove. Can be an Abyss Dweller that is going to be extra sticky and impossible for your opponent to beat over, like say if you're playing against Unchained very specifically. This can be a Dire Wolf that can just target itself and a card on your opponent's side of the field to pop him, and will not pop itself because it is protected from destruction from card effect. There's not a lot of stuff it can be, but it can also be Castel if you're going second, which is pretty decent, and Trap Tricks Rafflesia, which has immunity to trap effects, so as long as it has Xyz material, which it's pretty good, on top of, being able to activate a trap effect as if it were your own by foolishing a trap on your deck to the graveyard. And you get to do potentially all of this before you even commit your normal summon, which can be Bus or Shark, which, pretty cool card, allows you to go into another rank 4, maybe with a Right Hand Shark as material, so it is also protected by battle. And basically the idea is you want to go into a bunch of rank 4s, generally Abyss Dweller and Rafflesia, but you can also go for Abyss Dweller and Bahamut Shark, and then Bahamut Shark detached to summon Tri-Edged Levia from your extra deck, and then use the skill effect to attach a material to the Tri-Edged Levia so that I can use its monster negate effect on your opponent's turn, which, well, not necessarily on your opponent's turn, you can use it on your own turn, which is pretty good. So the Trap Tricks Rafflesia version seems to be the more popular and competent version at the moment. This list is taken straight from a tournament topping list by Bismuth, if I'm not mistaken. The one difference is I don't have Forbidden Droplet, so I'm playing Forbidden Challenge instead. But it's a pretty cool list. It is rather consistent. There are ends in which you only get to make one Xyz monster, but you make up for it by the quality of the back row that you're playing. And since you're playing a lot of stuff, your opponent won't necessarily know what you're up to and what they should be worried about. Like when you're playing against Unchained, if they have a trap set, it's going to be one of two things. It's going to be Escape of the Unchained or the Monster Reborn one that I forgot the name of. If you're playing against Sharks, this could be any one of these 10 back row cards, and it's not easy to play against everything, on top of the, of course, rank 4 Xyz that you get to make every turn. Another really potent aspect of this deck is you can just reuse these little guys every turn if your field is empty, so even if you get field wiped, or even if you field wipe yourself with Needle Sealing, which Generally, you're going to be protected thanks to left-hand charge effect, and Retrieves Reflegia does not care about trap effects at all. But if you get Field Walk, you just get to bring these two back over and over and over again until you eventually win, which pretty cool. And of course, being able to access Flamage to pick Ray Lancer usually means that games are going to be closed really quickly. This is, yeah, this is a pretty good card. So without further ado, I'm just going to show you a couple of games that I've had with this deck recently. I think it's pretty good, but you'll see. This here first duel is going to be against Bane of Darkness, not the most competent skill out there, but it is a decent showcase of what this deck can do turn 1 with a pretty solid, if not a bit monster heavy hand. As you can see, I've opened 2 right hands and 1 Buzzsaw Shark. So I'm going to activate the skill, pitch right hand, pitch left hand, get an Aqua Jet, and then I'm going to special the right hand and the left hand shark both from my graveyard. Left hand shark is going to become level 4, and then I'm going to use them as Xyz components for none other than the MVP of Duel Links, Abyss Dweller. This is going to be protected against battle and card effect destruction. Buzzsaw Shark is going to be normaled, followed by specialing the right hand shark from deck, and then putting them both into a Trap Trickster Reflegia, which, as we've mentioned before, is protected against all trap effects, which is going to pair very nicely with my Needle Ceiling. So, in draw, immediately activate Abyss Dweller, they activate a Dark Magical Circle to get a Dark Magician, then activate Summoner's Art to get another Dark Magician. They're going to activate the skill Bane of Darkness, returning 1 card from the deck to the deck to set a Buster Blader, and then they're going to activate Piercing the Darkness and summon Dark Magician. So credit to them, they played around Needle Ceiling about as well as they could have given the circumstances, but unfortunately they're going to make the mistake of targeting my Needle Ceiling with the Dark Magical Circle, which I'm just gonna flip to destroy 1 monster in this scenario, the Dark Magician. But imagine if this were a full Star Seraph board, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? They're going to activate the second part of the skill to get Poly and Diffusion Wave Motion added to their hand, and immediately fuse into none other than Dark Cavalry. But unfortunately for them, Dark Cavalry is not protected against the power that is Bottomless Trapple, which means that I can just get to summon Buzzsaw Shark, switch my Abyss Dweller to deck position, activate my skill because I realized that no longer any targets in deck for Buzzsaw Shark, and they're going to concede. This replay is going to be against Tachyon, everyone's favorite deck of all time. Wow, isn't that insane that this deck came out in 2024, like the year we're in still? You'd think this was like a couple of years ago, but no, this is this year, the worst year for Duel Links ever. Anyways, you can see I only opened 1 Shark component, which would be an issue if not for my skill very specifically. They're going to Nebula Dragon into Parsec, put them both into a Galaxy-Eyes Tachyon Dragon. They have a prismatic one too. I wonder if they chose to get this one with the Zexal campaign. Which one did you get? I forgot which one I got. It might actually have been a Galaxy-Eyes Tachyon Dragon. I might actually have also gotten a prismatic Tachyon. So I'm unpledged to judge them. They're going to activate this skill to get a Tachyon Transmigration, set 1 and pass. I am going to top deck a Buzzsaw Shark, which is pretty good, and send left and right hand to my graveyard to do the same little combo that I did before. I'm just going to put them together, you know, as Shark, and then I'm going to go into none other than Diamond Dire Wolf, which will not destroy itself through its effect. Either way, I just want to get rid of the Tachyon Transmigration that I know is there, so I'm going to activate Diamond Dire Wolf, knowing that it's going to get negated. Then I am going to use the third part of my skill, just get a freaky little guy. A freaky little guy, in this scenario being, of course, Black Relancer, that I'm going to rank up into a full armored Utopic Ray Lancer, which is going to reduce the Tachyon Dragon's attack, but not enough in my liking, so I'm just gonna put the Buzzsaw Shark and a Rhino Shark from deck together into Castel, the Sky Blasting Musketeer, which is going to shuffle the Tachyon Dragon into the deck before ranking up into a Drill Driver Vesperado. I don't know why I thought it was Drill Diver. I was thinking of the... Has anyone ever heard of this game, Drill Diver? I think it was like a game made by Game Freak, the ones that make the Pokemon games. Well, that's pretty cool. I might be confusing this with a completely unrelated game though. This here replay is going to be against none other than Battle Chronicle, probably Reddit's favorite skill and deck of all time. Mine is Sacred Beast, by the way. That's the deck that I like the most. Anyway, the Battle Chronicle, opened really poorly, double Buster Shark. Doesn't really do anything, but it's still going to pitch one for the left-hand Shark. That's a little bit of setup for later. Buster Shark is going to normal itself. Well, I'm going to normal it, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, gonna get a right-hand Shark, which then allows me to summon the left-hand Shark from my graveyard. So my turn 1 is going to be Traptrix Rafflesia, equipped with both Sharks, and set to pass, and a silly little Buster Shark, just being there. Buster Shark is such a cool card, I really like it. They're gonna normal summon Blue Eyes. I'm just gonna activate Bottomless Trouble because I do not have time to deal with that. And also that's one Blue Eyes that they're never gonna get back, which is really cool. They're gonna Ulti Fusion immediately for Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, which is concerning. I am going to compose in battle phase. I didn't want to do it in main phase because I don't want to give them an easier window into a successor soul. I wanted them to set their successor souls and eventual, traps before doing anything, but they wisely chose to keep it in hand and summon Blue Eyes, which is going to be a problem because it is going to walk over my Shark. Yeah, that's just Blue Eyes. That's the ugliest out of Blue Eyes, too. Anyway, just get to a special right and left-hand Shark from my graveyard because my field is empty. But unfortunately, my opponent has a Crackdown, which is a problem. I will, however, get to activate the third part of my skill to put a Black Ray Lancer on my field, which I am then going to flip and rank up immediately in full armored Utopic Ray Lancer. I'm going to set this useless left-hand Shark that I can't use because once per turn, that's an issue. And I'm going to attack with the full armored Utopic Ray Lancer, but my opponent's going to reveal they have another Crackdown. This one isn't prismatic. The first one was, though. That's kind of annoying. They're going to set a card, which could be anything, and they're going to crash into the... they're going to attack the left-hand Shark, which I think was a mistake, because I just get to summon it again. Left-hand Shark, bring itself back, becomes level 4, allows me to go into a Diamond Direwolf that is pretty much going to be invincible from this point forward. I'm going to DDW to pop the Melody of the Awakening Dragon, set the Needle Sitting and pass. They're going to link off their Blue Eyes into Aim Duck, which allows them to normal the last Blue Eyes. Note that I said the last Blue Eyes because this guy gets a successor soul. Gets a successor soul for some reason. Like, you should know that you don't have any more targets in deck. You get successor soul anyway. I mean, if you had gotten Ultimate Fusion, it wouldn't have changed the thing, because like you can just flip Needle Ceiling and kill your Fusion anyway, but come on, man. Anyway, they're gonna send a Blue Eyes Ultimate, they're gonna try and attack, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna flip the Needle Ceiling because I'm petty like that, that's just the kind of person that I am. Diamond Direwolf is gonna get rid of the Suck Soul, because they can always, shuffle back these guys into the deck. At this stage, the only thing that I'm afraid of is them top decking Ultimate Fusion very specifically, which would win them the game on the spot, believe it or not. Actually, no, because the no, it will win them on the spot because they have the Neo Blue Eyes that can attack several times, and of course the Dragon Master Knight that is 5k. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. Dragon Spirit of White, completely fine, because I don't think have any more sand targets for their skill to get Ulti Fusion. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe they still have the BLS actually. So I'm worried about a lot of stuff, but I have to go on the offensive anyway, because what else am I gonna do? Maybe the correct play was to leave Diamond Direwolf in defense and pray, because they can't beat over it. They have no way of removing it other than like Twin Burst, I think. Interesting. Anyway, they're gonna draw, they're gonna concede because I am the superior duelist and they are a Blue Eyes player. And last but not least, this replay is going to be against Borrel Link, one of the most powerful decks of this format, but unfortunately for them, I am going first. So I'm gonna get to have some more a little bit of fun. I open, you know, both shark. That's pretty good, but it only means I'm gonna go into only one Xyz monster, which is not ideal. I'm going to bring them back from my graveyard. Note that this also loses to Skullmeister, which is why Borrel Links in tournaments I'm starting running Skullmeister a little more. It's not the only reason, presumably, but it is a big reason. So, Abyss Dweller set to pass. This is basically just territory of the sharks, except my Abyss Dweller is basically invincible. I am going to activate Abyss Dweller in draw. They're gonna answer by activating Quick Launch, which... okay. They're gonna get a Rocket Tracer, activate the skill to send Exploder Rockets, and Bold Riot to get a Black Meta Dragon. They're gonna pitch a Blue Eyes to summon it. Then they're gonna activate a second Quick Launch for Octo Rocket Dragon. They're gonna Quad Borrel, discard a Skullmeister that I think they drew full turn, because else why would they not activate it before? Why would they not activate it before? Targeting their Auto Rocket Dragon. And I know that I can't let this resolve, so as soon as I get priority, I'm going to activate Forbidden Chalice, targeting the Rocket Tracer. And this is going to deny the Auto Rocket Dragon the opportunity to destroy itself, to send a spell trap on the field to the graveyard, because it's a when effect. I think this works this way, I'm not actually sure. But this is what I do anyway. They're just gonna target the Rocket Tracer to bring back and explode the Rocket Dragon, and Auto Rocket Dragon is gonna get destroyed for no reason whatsoever. They're gonna put all 4 of their monsters into a Borrel Dragon, feeling confident that my last card is not in fact anything that they should be worried about, which, if you've paid attention, they should be worried about it, because I am immediately going to compose that sucker back into the extra deck. They have 2 cards left in hand. One of them is a Double Disruptor Dragon that I'm gonna tribute to bring back the Rocket Tracer and the Explorer Rocket Dragon, and pass the turn on that. So, Abyss Dweller is gonna get there. I'm going to activate this skill to reveal, to get the Armored Xyz rather, and yeah, it's basically game over, because I could just punch 2k, re-equip the Abyss Dweller that I was going to activate to prevent the Exploder Rocket Dragon from floating, and then we'll be stuck with whatever the top deck. Maybe the, no, because it's under Abyss Dweller, I thought I can't even use... I think the last card in hand was Riot Dragon, wasn't it? I wasn't paying attention. So that's the deck. It is surprisingly competent. I didn't think this would be really all that great when it was first revealed, because I didn't think the payoffs for the deck were that interesting. But I forgot Needle Sealing is one of the cards in the game. And Traptrix Rafflesia is pretty fun too. Honestly, this deck would be doing a lot better if Sacred Beast didn't exist, because this is like what a rather difficult matchup for the deck. It's a really annoying one too, because they don't even care if you want their board, because they can just click yellow button and suddenly they have another Sacred Beast on field. Wow, still skill. But also, you know, we're in a format dominated by Star Seraphs, and sometimes you don't get to do much against Star Seraphs. I think this is one of the better equipped decks to deal with Star Seraphs very specifically, but there's really nothing that can prepare you for the torment that is Delta Rose with 2 Scepters as material, popping 2 cards on the field and drawing 2 without you being able to respond. Regardless, it's a super fun deck that I'm glad that I actually spent gems to get 3 copies of Rhine Shark for, and probably the best decks to come out of this mini box, considering the other options are like Pacifist, which I don't think is even video worthy, and Chronomalies, which I've already covered and is mid at best. What do you think about this deck though? Let me know in the comments of this video, and thank you for watching to the end. Thank you in particular to Dingust, Zinnia, Outage Boy Zero, Jimmy and Yannick for their generous donations. I really appreciate that. Thank you once again all for watching. I'll be back with another video soon? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Take care everyone, and I will see you all next time.